Oh, hello there. I thought I would do an update video on where I'm at. So this year I've been focusing a lot on just getting it how I want it. Still plenty more to do, but the backyard orchard, permaculture, food forest idea is really starting to come into fruition, quite literally in many cases. But the peach tree behind me produced well. Got high hopes in the future for this lovely nectarine here, and over there the other peach tree as well. Still thinking where they are going to be put in order to get the best results from them. The grapevine here and the polytunnel that set out loads of growth. I've got loads of work to do, probably pruning it, trimming it, getting it how I want it. Over here the blood orange tree, is carrying a crop here of lovely oranges and more blossom to come out, so expecting that to do very well in the future. So very happy with how things have turned out this year. Yeah, there's been a few little bits and bobs not go the way that I would have liked, like the failed melon project, but end of the day it didn't really matter. And melons are never a guaranteed crop, if ever there is such a thing here in the UK. It's one of those things that you maybe grow for the more the novelty really than the actual sort of huge potential value of food production. Say that space that I was growing their melon plants, you could have something like courgettes there, or kale or spinach, chard, whatever, and get a lovely crop. It's more likely to get a decent crop from something like that than something like melons, but it was still worth it, and I'm going to be doing melons again next year, all being well. So very happy indeed. I'm going to be focusing very much next year on vegetables once again, and I'm going to be having a big focus on exotics. I'm really sort of putting ideas through here at the moment about the exotics. I've ordered another exotic. It should be here within the next sort of week or so. I'm very excited about that, and you're really going to love what that is. I want to work on my collection of figs, maybe some different varieties of strawberries. So much to do, so much planning and thinking, and how I'm going to go ahead with this, because of course space is not it's not an infinite thing, and one must be thinking and find other ways to be resourceful and find ways to move ahead. So very happy with how the October sown vegetables are doing. Look at that. Look, I've got these broad beans to plant out. Over there you can probably just about see there one of the onions. Oh, and the bigger one there, look, you can see that, look, starting to come up very well. And the garlic is looking absolutely gorgeous. Expecting some great garlic coming from that, ready next summer. What else have I got? All these other little bits. I'm sorry about the light, it's starting to get a bit on the dark sort of side-ish of things, but you know me, I like to keep my videos realistic in relation of time. This is going to be cool, Purple Sword Celtus. I mean, look at that. That's just going to be really, really beautiful. Just such a lovely thing. All these other bits, land cress, and what have I got in here? Yep, look at that. Look, that's really good. That's I'm trying to remember the name, but I can't remember it because I can't. But there we go. So yeah, so that's how things are doing in here. Lamb's lettuce, that's what it is. So here, look, you can see this is all being well. Hope the wind's not hitting the side of the camera too much. All being well, I'm going to have an absolutely delicious crop of Lakemont seedless grapes. Spoke a lot about that variety before, so I won't go too much into that. But next year should be very, very plentiful indeed regarding grapes. Still got plenty of pears, variety Concord to harvest. They're not quite there yet. I had one yesterday, still a bit hard, perfectly edible, but they need a little bit longer in order to be just how I like them. Another Lakemont seedless grapevine here. Look at that. Again, it should be covered in grapes next year. My soft fruit area, there you go. Look at that. Just hopefully this isn't too unpleasant with the wind. Right, there's plenty to do here. This is the vegetable patch, okay. Looks more like a weed patch at the moment, but I'm not afraid to show people things not looking ideal, because I like people to. There you go, plenty of kale though. Look at that. That looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Might even have some of that for dinner tonight. These runner beans are going to be cleared and composted. They contain lots of nitrogen. I did know a chap who used to, well, I still know him actually, but he buries them, the plants, in the ground at the end of every season and grows his runner beans on top of that every year, and he's done that for quite a long time, and they do well like that. So I'm going to compost these in the compost bin after I've left these ones to mature, in order to save the seeds for next year. Variety best of all. I've still got loads of these tomatoes. Now, these are not a typical variety you'd grow here in the UK. They're like an Eastern European variety. That's what they start to look like, but they're a really nice tomato, and I can imagine in the right place. Donk, just dropped it. They're still, you know, they would produce very well and massive crops. I mean, you can see just how many's on there. I'll be giving these to a friend of mine in order to make tomato chutney out of them. So yeah, looking pretty cool. And this vegetable patch here, you know, I'm going to be weeding this all soon, and you know, I've got plenty of, you know, I've got beetroot in there, look, plenty to come, and I've got some, amongst the weeds, I've still got spinach and chard and things like that, but yeah, going to be clearing all of this and planning, just waiting for the right time. So yeah, a bit like what I said during the video yesterday, you know, I'm not forcing it at the moment. I'm just letting it happen, letting the autumn occur, a nice restful period. Going to be thinking, planning and preparing ways to go ahead. The compost is working lovely now, and end of the day, a garden allotment, whatever, growing space is an investment, and it takes time. So yeah, I'm not forcing it, and I'm very happy with how things are coming on. So if you like my work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Dan_Home Gardens on Instagram if you're interested. See you next time.